This is a piece of land that we've converted. It's going to have watermelons in 2026. We had mustard seed growing on it as a cover crop this past winter. I'm John Pruka. Cleared this land in 1973 from Texas brush country to farmland. Grain prices back then were about $7.18 a hundred, and diesel was 17 cents a gallon. And I thought this would be a good opportunity to get in here and do well farming. And so I always have been a farmer, enjoyed farming. This was an opportunity presented to me, and we did it. We cleared this land from South Texas brush country and put it into milo production and cotton production under those economic circumstances I was talking to you about earlier. And we've made it work, always checking our break evens versus what crop rotations we were going to do. But, you know, as everything goes, economics change. Diesel goes up to $2.50. Inputs go up to where they are now, and grain sorghum goes down. And so that's where we're at. That's a scenario. So in order to survive that scenario, we've made a lot of different changes in the 52 years I've been farming here. The conservation methods that we've initiated here were kind of forced on us by economics and by the fact that we were doing conventional till. After we cleared this land, we were doing conventional till, and those prices were outpacing what we were getting for our products. Then you throw in a drought or 2 or 3 in a row, drouthy years, you don't make it. And so one year I noticed that I just couldn't stop this country from sandblasting, and it had to be a better way. And about that time, Roundup was like $54 a gallon. That price had come down to a more reasonable $32 a gallon. And I had a severe rainstorm on some plowed ground that was blowing across one of our major highways here, and we had to do something different. I just saw I couldn't continue to do that. And strip till was being introduced to the country, and it's introduced through the Progressive Farmer, Farmer Stockman, and Successful Farming magazine about this strip till. Well, we went and purchased a strip till, and we started learning how to do it. And that's been about 15 years ago. So we wouldn't have to put up with the sandblasting and the erosion, water erosion when you did get a big rain. And we just had to learn how to do it. And we put all our energy into learning how to do strip till, no-till, reduced till even. And we've come up with these programs that we use down here that have been successful, have brought us to this point, and better able to come up with the low commodity prices and the higher input costs. On our crop rotation that we have today, we've evolved into going with a non-feed grain type and non-fiber type program, because we feel that there's more money to be made if you get closer to where the Americans are going to eat it. So we've gone to canning beans, canning peas, growing sunflowers, like oil sunflowers or confection sunflowers that are one step away from being in a store or retailer near you. And that's the good thing about this going to this crop. It produces nitrogen. There's a market for it, and really a grain farmer can use that same equipment. And exactly, and that's the beauty of this crop. Here's some right here on the roots. But when you pull them out, they usually strip the nodules off very easily. But that's the nitrogen that they're fixing. But normally they'll put about 40 pounds of nitrogen back into your soil, and that nitrogen's free. Like grain sorghum or corn or sunflowers will do really well behind these peas. But on the watermelon end of the deal, this is a piece of land that we've converted. It's going to have watermelons in 2026. We had mustard seed growing on it as a cover crop this past winter, and we take the mustard, and the mustard gets about so high, and then we shred it and we plow it into the ground, and it creates a fumigant when it's covered with the soil, and it kills all the like in my case, fusarium wilt and other fungi that are in the soil. And the watermelons don't have to grow in that medium that is infested with those fungi. And so we get a lot better, a lot stronger plant. We've done it now two years, and we see dramatic results in our favor. The plants are healthier, everything's a lot better. And in this particular case, this cover crop you see here, this has been deep plowed. It's not in the strip till program because once again, it's going to be a irrigated watermelon field, drip irrigated. We flat broke it, but we put this cover crop of hay grazer on it. So we want to get more humus into the soil with this hay crop. We want to keep it from sandblasting with winds after big heavy rains. And what we'll do, we'll shred this hay grazer down. We'll let it come back, shred it down again, and then over winter we'll kill it with the herbicide, and we'll leave the stubble on top so we don't have that sandblasting problem. And then when we're ready to plant our windbreaks for our watermelons, we'll get in there and plant inside the stubble, and we'll have everything set for the watermelons.